Hi guys, so it's my first video. I'm just doing an engine rebuild on a 990 Selectamatic. It's been ongoing for a long time now. Cracked the back end about a year ago, new hydraulic pump and all that, full clean out because it were milky. So yeah, just jobs. It's taking a long time, so I thought I'd start doing some videos. So I've already got the pistons out of the block. The bores don't look too bad, like they're fairly smooth inside there. Crank's not too bad, but the shells were a bit scored. You see on shells there, yeah, they're a bit buggered. So, and then on the pistons, they were just a bit of scoring on sides. And then on piston number one, we had quite a bit of bad compression on that too. Piston number one, it's gone. Yeah, so needed doing. I've just realised on piston number one, sort of done the bolting a bit, taking it off. Bit of a bad design, really, that. Yeah. So I don't know whether it's two new bolts job or a new conrod. This is the piston on with new rings, all fitted. So new. And then put new shells in there. Hopefully it should be alright. So we're going to take piston number one apart. It's quite hard to do one-handed. So now we're there. But this tractor, when I got it, it hadn't been serviced regular, so the head were all choked up, and yeah, so I think they've been starved of oil just because it was so thick. Yeah, you can see it was so thick, like bits, you know, it's just sticky, horrible crap. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this one-handed, but I might push out actually. Yeah. I'll have to knock it out. So I've literally just got a hammer and push the pin through and let the conrod out like that, the way it comes. But yeah, like you can see it being hot with that oil, and it's just scored it. And yeah, regular services keep it right. But I'm not too sure, you know, like the quality of material back in 1960s, and you know, all the tractors, original parts, you know, they're a lot better quality, but you know, you can't really source original parts anymore. So you know, see how long they last. Oh, and I obviously, like everything I take apart, keep a note. So like where the two valves sit, you know, line them up with them stamp numbers. So make sure that when I put the new one on, it goes back the same way. Let's make sure that there's no shit in there. That's not too bad. But you know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a farrier by trade. So you know, this is just a bit of an hobby, and I bought this tractor about 4 years ago, and you know, I've been tinkering about with it for 4 years. It's been in bits for 4 years. But you know, it's just one of them. Just when I get a bit of free time, just tinker about with it and, you know, just have a play. But you know, I'm not saying I'm any expert, so you know, don't be judging me on my mechanicking skills, because you know, I'm just having a play, not doing any harm. So as these new heads come, they come with like a little bit of a sticky residue on them from the wrapping. So I'll just give that a bit of a brake clean off and a wipe, and it should be all right. Make sure it's all nice and clean before it all goes back in. So I'm not using any fancy tools to get these rings on. I'm just literally using my fingers. But I think it's just a bit easier to put the bottom ring on first, then stick it on, and then go, you know, from the top down. You know, so stick the oil reservoir one on first, and then stick the head on, and then the rest of the rings on next. So I've just dipped it, well, like, you know, put a load of oil on it. Just make it slide, and I think idea is when it starts running, I don't really want to starve it of any oil. So if it's already pre-oiled, I think you know, that's probably the best bet for the job, rather than thinking let it get running and it all score off before it's even got any oil up there. So yeah, put the new rod in. Should do. Lined up, and it slides. Then as I'm doing it, just giving it a good clean off every time. So then get my new clips. I think they go in like one way, really. I think they've got like a flat edge and like a rounded edge. So I think the rounded edge goes towards the rod, and then the flat edge away. So make sure they don't ping away as I'm putting these in. There we go. So new clip. New clip in there. A bit stuck. Sort of twisting itself round. There we go. Perfect. So then the new rings come in like a packet, and they're all numbered. So you got like, well, obviously there's only 4 rings on these, so there's no number 5. So next one, number 3. Yeah, I'm no tool to put these in, so just use my 2 thumbs, push them apart, slide it in, just like that. Good nice fit. So there's not a lot of, on the old ones, there were a lot of like waggle up and down movement, so they're just worn. So they're on the new ones, they're labelled. I don't know if you can see that. It says top on it. Yeah, just about. It says top. So make sure that goes to the top as they're putting them on. And then the last one, it's a bit of a different steel. There's this one, it's a bit like, I don't know if it's a harder steel or it's actually hardened. Well, yeah, it's just a bit different, and when you're pulling them apart behind, you can just about tell that it's a bit different. Be careful not to mark the head. So I've just tried to move it just so it doesn't rock about. Try and make it a bit easier. It's not the kindest on the fingers. Yeah, so that's it all in. Just like that. Nice shiny. I've made some like little stickers, so all numbered, so ready to go back in. So there's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You see how like choked up it got. Just weren't running right. So you getting past the rings there. I think number 2 was the worst for getting past them. But yeah. So you can just see like the wear up and down movement there. And then compared to the new ones, you know, there's no movement really, which is what you want. So that's the pistons ready to go back in. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching.